Everyone. I'm Big O from Big O Entertainment, partnering with J&M Studios. Great Talk, No Chaser. We want to thank you for coming and sharing this page, but we want you to make sure that you don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Hit the notification bell so you can get our latest content. But today we got a couple of things that we'll be talking about. Tonight is youth violence, black on black business problems, and music of today versus yesterday. These will all be big old thoughts, all personal opinions, nothing that will be illegal from a legal format tonight anyway. Nothing from a legal format, but it's all personal, my personal opinion, an opinion that I'll see what's going on in the community today. So what I will do, I got a couple of guests tonight. I'm going to open it up to them and get their opinions and answer any questions that they may have on our topic. And our topic again is youth violence, black on black business, business problems, and music of today versus yesterday. What's your thoughts?
Well, I'm posting a couple of questions to you so you can populate them on the screen and we can talk about them. But one of them is how can we get our youth and young adults to understand that what they see on TVs and movies is not what's portrayed in real life?
What can we get our youth adults to see what they see on television and it's not portrayed in real life? I put it in my own words. One of the things you got to do with that, Gio, that starts from home. You got to watch the things that your kids watch. There's a lot of violence out there, even within the games that we have. You know, our own games, but I got young adults. Uh, some of the games have violence in it, and the kids today think that they can go out and what they see in these games and see on TV and in these movies, they can go out and portray that. And when they have that wound or that gunshot or that killing, that it's going to be all right in the morning, they're going to wake up. Most of the times, kids get that in their head and get embedded, and they start using that. That creates gang violence. When with the gang violence, people think that it's going to be okay. You're going to be okay tomorrow. So we have to go back and start at the home. Start at the home. As you educate your kids the right way and you monitor what they do, also you monitor who they're with to keep them away from these gangs, because with gangs come violence, with violence come gun, with guns come killing. If you monitor them and be more of a role model to them yourself, and instead of letting the street be the role model, you'll do a whole lot better with your kids, and they should have a successful path or a good start at a successful path. It takes a community to raise a kid. So the community got to play their part as well. I hope I answered your question.
Yeah, and then back in our days as youth, the community helped raise our kids. You know what I'm saying? And Miss Johnson down the street would always say, "Hey, what are you doing? I'm gonna tell your mama on you." And there's not enough of that today. Everybody wants to be independent and try to raise their own kids their own way and don't want the elders' input.
That's come from respect. We have no cohesion in the neighborhoods, whether it be black, green, yellow, white. There's no cohesion. And one of the things that when I was coming up, we had a Miss Johnson, we had a Miss Sims, we had a Miss Hardy, and this was back in the '60s. And when they tell you do something wrong, not only did they correct you, they test you up and then took you to your parents and you got touched up again. All that's taken out of the community's hand now, and that's taken out of the family's hand. I believe if you spell a rod, you spoil a child. and I'm still a firm believer in that. But with the abuse today, has been taken a little bit too far. Instead of getting good spanking, as we call it, now it's abusive. It's got to know how far to go with that. But I am for communities raising kids. If I see your daughter do something that is actually disrespecting your name or your household, and it's not the way that you're raising them, I'm going to correct them. All right. And then I'm going to come to you as an adult and let you know what was said and what was done, hoping that I'm going to get the support from you or what I did. That's missing as well.
And that comes that comes with age, because now if you try to do that now, you know, that parent might feel some type of way and say, why you correcting my kid? You know, you see what I'm saying?
Again, that comes from these millenniums, and I'm gonna put it like this. Again, this is my personal thought. The millenniums babies that's coming up today wasn't raised the way we were raised back in the 60s and the 70s. These early babies with these 80s, 90s, and 2000s, they got so many other avenues that they can approach to get them out of whatever situation they're in. Now, you got to remember the parents we're talking about today that are saying, why are you touching my kid? Why are you talking to my kid? These are millennium babies. These are not babies from the past. These are millennium babies. Again, people, this is my personal thought. The way I see it and the way I see what's going on, because I am in the community. I am in the community working with kids. I see what's going on in the community, and this is what I see. All right? The millennium babies are the ones you cannot even correct. I got educators in my family, my sister being one and my son being another, and they can't even correct kids in school without the parents getting upset. Well, training starts at home. Training starts at home. Before you send your kid to that school, they should already know how to, what we call back in my day, behave. And if you go to that school and you behave like you behave at home, there's no reason you should be corrected. So I'm going to blame that on society. I'm going to blame that on the millenniums that did not grow up with that rod. They were spared. All right. And education. Being able to educate. If we can educate our youth and educate our young adults, maybe we can try kind of get a handle on this. And so I believe in school, you got to put that discipline back in school. You got teachers now with hands off. Hands off meaning that's your kid. I'm going to pick up the phone at 2 o'clock on my break. I'm going to call you and tell you what all they did. I don't believe in that. That kid is wrong. You should be able to tell that kid that they're wrong and send the kid out to the office as need be. You don't have to put your hands on them. But back in our day, we got what we call paddle. They don't paddle no more. Send them to the office, and at that time, that disruption, somebody should call that parent at that point. You shouldn't wait till a break. That parent should come up and handle their kid. That's the day. And my day, you went to the principal office, you got those whackers, you went back and know how to get some get right. And you act right.
Yeah, because nowadays, I remember when I was in school and you go to the office, they call your parents come up there and get you some act right. Today, you call a parent, some of them will come there and get the kid right, but most of them are either friends with their kids or scared of their kids. And that stems from when they came out with the child abuse laws.
It stems from one more thing, my brother, if I can interrupt you. It's also stemmed from parents being kids, your child's partner and their best friend and not their parent. That's where it comes from. All right. And we got a lot of young kids raising kids. So therefore, when you see that, you got your parents being your kids' best friend. I tell my kids, I got 6 of them, 3 boys, 3 girls, all grown. I ain't your friend. I'm your dad.
Mm-hmm.
So that's where that comes from. All right. You cannot be your kid's friend. You can still love them and they can know that you love them and got love for them, but you are a parent. You are a parent. That's the reason why these kids are jumping on their parents, disrespecting their parents, because they don't respect their parents.
Okay, we got to move on to another subject. Today's music versus yesterday's music.
I want to ask Miss Kim what she think about that. Miss Kim, what do you think about that?
Today's music, wow. I hardly ever listen to today's music because I don't know what they're saying. I don't know what they're talking about. So I listen to the old school music. These young folks talk about any and everything. And I just don't understand it. I mean, the disrespect of the women, I just don't understand that. But the old school music, we didn't have that disrespect of the black woman. And I just I don't get it. Y'all explain it to me.
But if you think about it, but the black woman, the yellow woman, and all other women, they be twerking and burking and everything else to that same music that's disrespecting them. Because they're not listening. They're not listening.
Just hear the beat of the music. They don't listen to the words.
But they can sing it. But being uneducated to what some of those words really mean, all right, actually hurts them, because the way that the music that does, what it's telling that woman is what it's going to do to them, is they exactly mean just that.
Yeah. And
all rap music is not bad rap music. It's your rap music.
It's not.
That your rap music brings a good. If it's bringing food for thought and it's positive, and it's something that's actually real positive, so you can be a vision, you can tell your life story or what have you, that's fine. But all the cursing and the violence goes back to what we were saying with the youth crime. This is where they get it from. They get it from the music. They get it from your television. They get it from games. This is where this comes from.
Right.
And today's music, well, there's not a whole lot of R&B singers of today. And back in the day, there was talk of unity within the community, family, loving each other, loving family. Today, with so many broken homes or single parents out there, whether they be male or female, they're not getting the whole family picture of, okay, I gotta love my family, I gotta love my community, and say, hey, let's make a song about this.
But on the other hand, you don't want them to use that as a crutch. If you live that and you know this is what happened, if I seen my mother or my father, whoever, if either one of them was single, you learn from that. Because then I've seen women raise kids numerous times. I also seen young men and men raise kids numerous times. Most of the times, those kids come out okay. All right, even with that one figure in the house, where the mother had to be the mother and the father had to be the father and the mother. All right.
Right.
These are the ones that are not actually the ones that's hurting or hurting the community.
Mm-hmm.
It's the ones that's got how what you said, but publicly speaking, they got hatred in their heart from the get-go. They want to be the gangster of yesterday. So this is what they write about. Not having that person in the household can make that kid very, very strong. If the parent that they have is a positive influence in their life. And 9 times out of 10, a lot of them, I'm going to say 50-50, they come out okay. Because they have that parent that's going to push them to do the right thing. They're going to stay on them. It's going to be to every track meet, going to be to every PTA meet, going to be to every ball game, going to be to everything. You have those parents that's like that. But then you got the other ones on the other 50% side, single, all right, it's getting the child support. Ain't giving and got the weave and the long fingernails and all this. And kid looked like 2 days ago.
Mm-hmm.
Male and female. Male and female. It's not just the female. You got males that does the same thing. All right. Instead of doing the positive thing from that for that kid, they're doing what's making them look better and making them be a icon within their friends' eye and their society, but the kid is the one that suffered. That kid right there that suffer is the one that writes the lyrics. Personal opinion, some of them that writes these lyrics and write this horrible music that's coming out because they're not getting that love that TLC that should be coming in the house.
Yeah, you're correct about that. But then in the industry itself, you got A&R guys, publishers, CEOs, and all those cats that want to have the cookie cutter music, and they want the right now, what's popping right now to come out, instead of making hits that's going to stand the test of time.
Like all Motown or all R&B. Those are most of that's why I say rappers are a dime a dozen. 1 out of every million might make it because that's quick money. It doesn't take much for a rapper to make a video to his song because his song really don't have a lot of them, not all of them, songs don't have meaning. It's drama. All right.
Yeah.
So it's easier for a promoter as myself and you to flip a rapper because we can get them a dime a dozen. We can continue to get them and we can flip them. And it's called greed. It's not about developing the artist. It's about how much money that promoter can put or that producer can put in their pocket.
Yeah.
So they are no help to, my opinion again, people, they're no help to the problem. They're helping create the problem.
Yeah.
So that's, again, personal opinion is all opinionated. This is not factual. This is how Big O feel about it.
Yeah.
What else we got out there for us today? But stay strong. Stay strong, people. Black, white, green, and yellow. Stay strong. You can have a single parent, and you can make it.
Yeah.
Right. You
But
can.
you need to honor that father and that mother, and that days will be longer. You got to start honoring them and paying attention and behaving. If you can do that, black, whites, greens, yellow, whoever you may be, your path and your future determines on how you take the challenge and you take the bull by the horn and you ride the bull.
Sound like a winner. The next subject is black-owned black businesses. And why we cannot keep our black dollars within our community.
You know,
Most of the times we're crabs in a barrel.
Say that again, Kia.
Because most of the times we're crabs in a barrel. We don't want to see the next one succeed.
Exactly.
And that's so sad. that we cannot support each other, whether it's hatred or just don't want to see somebody succeed. I'm the type of person, I try to support all Black businesses that I can because I want to see us succeed. And I feel like all of us should be that way. But no, we don't want to see JoJo or nobody else do better than we are. And it's sad.
Yeah, and then everybody, every business owner, I'm not gonna say everyone, majority of Black businesses think that someone's in competition with them when there's really not. The person that has a business plan the same as yours is not in competition with you. They're there to help you and support you. But if you don't want that help and that support, and it goes back to the hatred in heart. Well,
you said a key word, business plan, but keep going.
But it's enough dollars out there for everybody to prosper. You don't have to say, okay, I'm gonna put this person out of business, or his business is being successful. Why can't I get the same success that he's getting? Because you're in it for the wrong reason. You're in it to make a quick dollar. I'm in it to make it last forever. And it took me years to build where I'm building to. Now I can help you get to where I am, or start you on the right path to where I'm going. But I can't give you a formula to say you got to do X, Y, and Z, and then this is going to happen. A, B, and C is going to happen, because it might not happen for you the same way it happened for me.
It's true. But if you think about it, just the caveat of what you were saying, Joe, there's a problem in that, and if I'm stepping on a couple of Black toes, it's okay. We shall get past that as well. Structure. We have a problem with structure, and structure means you have rules, you have laws that we must go by. You got ethics that you must go by. One thing I have learned, being in this business myself, that we flock to the crowd. And most of the times, well, I've been very fortunate that no incidents really that was controllable. That was not something that couldn't be controlled in my establishment. It's not sometimes what Black people can do. They can't, like Kim said, they can't get along because they can't stand to see that person go forth and be successful. We got to find a way to knock each other down. Instead of grabbing each other by the hands, I want to see what you got. And this has happened in my establishment. Recording the music, taking the pictures, looking to see what was going on, seeing the clientele, becoming friends with me on social media, taking the friends off my social media after you got your place established and sending it. That's no problem. But when you start slandering the business, that's the only thing that's been going on in the area for years, and the only safe environment that you've actually had in years, to go and lie and be conniving because you have a dislike, because there's rules. Rules are made to keep you safe. All right. Rules are made for you to come out at your grown folks establishment and have a good time. Rules are made to where you don't have that music we just got to be talking about. You can play it, but there's urban radio music that you can use to play with that. Purchased, of course. We are the only race that cannot seem to get along to where we can bond together and lift one another up. As soon as you get one one up someone there say, and this was told, and this was said, and it came to me. Well, it said, well, they're gonna take Big O Entertainment down. Okay. Only person who can take me down is God. And tell me that Avery, okay, your time is you've exceeded your time doing this. Let's move on to bigger and better things. We'll do that. Black people just cannot do that. Think about all the other organizations, all the other businesses, all the way from restaurants to clothing stores to Quick Marts, 7-Eleven chains of the nationalities that is prospering.
Yeah.
We say we all about our brother. I'm your brother keeper. I'm your sister. I'm your brother, sister. I got your back. But you don't. It's called greed.
Right.
Greed.
You don't.
Money is the rule of all evils. Greed. None of those people put any of their money back in their establishments or back into their community. None of them did it. I can say something about my business. It goes back to make people comfortable. It goes back to going to the community. It goes to where a woman can come in there and be safe and feel safe and comfortable. I've even had men come in and tell me in my establishment that I love for my wife to come in here even when I'm not with her because I know she's protected and she's safe. And that right there that comes from having rules and regulations and following the law, your state law, your city law, working with your law enforcement to keep your place safe. All right? We don't want that. We want the cutting, the shooting, the cursing, the fussing and all that. That's a party. That is not a party. That's a grown person that don't want to grow up.
Right.
Am I right?
You are correct.
And grown people don't want to go to those type of establishments. I would like to go to an establishment where, again, I feel safe and I'm going to have a good time without worrying about the cussing, the fussing, the fighting, and all of that, the drama. Don't want to do it.
I would rather go to a place, Kim, with rules and regulations and guidelines, and respect. When I walk in there, I'm being respected. All right, then
respect.
I go to
That's it. Respect.
Respect. I want to go to a place where I got to wash my back, look over my shoulders, put my back against the wall, smelling like yesterday, because it's just not right. I have no love for drugs, never have. So I don't like being in an establishment where I smell it. That's my side to exit. But I can say within the last 25 years, I have not stepped 1 foot in another person's establishment for reasons that they have done to my establishment. I don't want them to think that I am that hungry to do that because I'm not. I'm not really that hungry to. No, that's not me. We don't do that. But this is one of the things that goes on with Black-owned businesses. They can't stand to see the next one be 2 inches ahead of them, or they got to slander or pull shade or throw something to get them knocked back down. And they lie too. They lie real good. They will close you up and your doors is open or bigger than yesterday. They will lie on you.
Yeah.
It's not needed. Black people, we need to get together, come together, and we need to. It's enough of us to have where everybody can have business at a safe establishment, a safe environment, create a safe environment for people to go out. Then it's less violence. You just killed violence right then. Because
Yeah.
most people think we can't do nothing but act a fool anyway. Show them that they're wrong. We can go out together and have a good time and go home. What do we say? We're going to be wrapping this thing up in a minute. We are at 30 minutes. And hopefully that we will get some people to actually start joining us. Don't forget, we want you to subscribe to our channel. We got a lot of good things that's coming. Yes, I am moving around, people. I got so much going on over here. I got 6 hands. Things that we have coming with our podcast within the near future, the upcoming R&B artists that I have actually hired to perform in my establishment, and some others that's coming up. We got criminal justice advisors that's going to provide us some sound advice, and especially on this youth violence. This youth violence, I believe in the mics up, guns down. All right, we're going to get with that. We're going to really, really be focusing on that during the podcast because we want to spread this message to our youth and try to get them better avenues and way of doing things. That leads to our Christian ministry. We're going to have ministers to come over on here once a week because we plan on having our podcast up as many times as you guys will allow us. That's why we want you to subscribe and hit the little bell down there and come back so you'll know we're on. Giving us some Christian knowledge and much, much more. Hopefully that will, and our message out to you guys will make us a better people and a better person. And we won't have all the violence. It's not just black violence. It's violence, people violence. And we can kind of shrink that in the world and love each other once again. With that, Johnny, you got anything else?
Just make sure you subscribe to our channel, like it, and hit the notification bell so you know when we got new content coming out.
And Kim, we really thank you for coming in with us tonight and sharing your opinions and your thoughts. We love you as much. And hopefully you will come back. Hopefully we'll come back and you'll come back around and you'll see us again. It was nice. With that, guys, I'm going to tell you good night.
Good night.